Am I the idiot for telling my mom I won't let her turn me into my half-sister's dad because she's a cheater? My dad left my mom when I, 15 male, was 10 because my mom cheated, and dad found out my half-sister, who was 2 months old at the time, wasn't his. He did a DNA test to check BTW. My parents fought a lot about dad leaving, and when he was doing divorce stuff he asked to be taken off my half-sister's birth certificate, and they fought in court about my dad wanting to sever ties with my half-sister. Mom wanted him to take care of both of us. He only wanted me. Dad won. My parents have 50/50 custody of me. My mom doesn't know who my half-sister's dad is. I heard her admit she cheated a lot and had one-night stands with guys she didn't even know the name of. It broke my dad because I had another sister who was stillborn when I was like 6 and dad questions whether she was his or whether he grieves for another man's kid. I heard them argue about this stuff at the time. I'd rather live with my dad. I hate my mom for destroying our family. I hate her for having a kid with someone else. But I also hate her because she tries to get me to make up for my half-sister not having a dad. She's always asking me to take more of an interest in my half-sister and to not say half and to be the male role model she needs. She also told me I could talk to dad about how unfair it is that he loved her for 2 months and then abandoned her and that he was wrong. She told me he did a DNA test on me so maybe he would have left me too. And didn't I think that would be wrong after 10 years, so why isn't it wrong that he did it to my half-sister? Before I left for my dad's house, mom and I got into a fight and I told her I won't let her turn me into my half-sister's dad because she's a cheater. Mom yelled at me and she sent me dozens of texts since Friday night demanding I apologize and do better and saying I'm taking marriage issues out on her and my half-sister. Not the idiot. Before I left for my dad's house, mom and I got into a fight and I told her I won't let her turn me into my half-sister's dad because she's a cheater. Mom yelled at me and she sent me dozens of texts since Friday night demanding I apologize and do better and saying I'm taking marriage issues out on her and my half-sister. Your mom is a piece of work though. Try asking your dad to go back to court to ask for full custody with no visitation. You are old enough that the judge should listen to you and what you want. Good luck, Opus. Not the idiot, but tell this all to your dad. Maybe he can use it in court to get full custody for you. Also, I don't know the rules in your home country, but in some you are allowed to choose with which parent you want to live after turning 14. Nope, not the idiot. You are 15. You are not and should not be responsible for your half-sister. It's only natural for you to harbor resentment towards your mom for destroying your family. There is no excuse for your mom's abhorrent behavior. If she wasn't happy in her marriage, she could have left or gotten counseling. Something. Cheating is the most selfish and cowardly thing you can do in a relationship, no. If she wanted her daughter to have a male role model, then she should have thought about that before she slept around. You are a 15-year-old kid. This is so not your problem. It'll suck for your sister when she gets older too, because none of this is her fault either, but your responsibility towards her is just not to be a dick, and that's about it. You'll be graduating before she finishes elementary school. Your mom isn't owning her shit like an adult and treating you as her child. She is deflecting because she can't cope with the consequences of her actions and is trying to drag you into her mess. That's not okay. You are not the R for establishing some boundaries and making your feelings and expectations known. I mean, I'm a bit of a shit, so I'd just tell her, look mom, I get that you have a shiny new kid now, but I was here first and I'm not doing so great thanks to you. So if you want a babysitter, you can pay me. I didn't sign up to be a surrogate dad when you messed up your marriage. In fact, I didn't sign up for any of this, but I have no choice because I'm the kid in this picture. So if you think it's selfish of me to tell it like it is and attempt to protect a shred of my own mental health in this shitfest you're putting me through, that's fine. It's just what I learned from the female role model in my life. Take it from a kid that was parentified and was basically my parents' couples therapist from the age of 10 until I got married myself and learned to put up my own boundaries in therapy. You are absolutely not the idiot. She has no right to add her adult drama to your plate. That shit is damaging. In fact, I would look into therapy for yourself sooner rather than later if you can. Maybe see if someone at school or your dad can help. What you went through and are dealing with is traumatic, and having good coping skills and someone to vent to will help make the next couple years until you graduate and get out of the custody situation better. Hang in there. I'm sorry about your situation. Not the idiot. She is manipulating you. Bravo for saying no to being her daughter's father, and no to chastising your father for his decisions. At 15 you set a boundary in your "I won't" statement. Good for you. She pours enormous energy texting to mold you when she needs to focus on her life and choices. Her daughter is not something you need to fix. She is solely responsible for this person. If you prefer living with dad, ask him if it's an option. Judges often value and grants what a 15-year-old prefers. This internet stranger is proud of you for speaking your truth. Not the idiot. Your mom sounds unwell. Like seriously mentally unwell. Are you and your half-sister safe in the home? I can't even wrap my brain around how she thinks a man is going to support the child of a one-night stand when he is the one who was betrayed by that one-night stand. Too many men won't even support their biological kids. She seems detached from reality. It's concerning that she has no idea who your half-sister's father is. Your mom has apparently been mentally unwell for a while now. Healthy people don't behave like that. I hope she is a lot more cautious and discerning in her choice of sexual partners these days and isn't bringing strangers home. Getting therapy yourself to stay sane in all of this is a great idea. But, truthfully, your mom probably needs it even more. Not the idiot. Talk to your dad and ask him to go for full custody or at least more of it. Also, I'm not a lawyer. However, you are old enough in most places in the world that where you choose to stay will be recognized or at least heavily considered by a court. Even more with all the crazy rantings of your mother. Save those texts. They may help you. I know 3 more years doesn't seem too long, but it's long enough. Getting custody redone and establishing your father with sole main custody will help you a lot. Push for it. Not the idiot. It sounds like your mom is trying to make you responsible for something that's not your fault at all. It's not fair for her to expect you to fill a role that you're not meant to, especially when it's tied to her own mistakes. You have every right to feel upset about the situation, and it's wrong of her to pressure you like that. You're still a kid, and it's not your job to fix things or be your sister's father figure. Stay close with your dad and try to focus on what makes you feel safe and happy. Not the idiot. This cannot be made into ops problem, but my heart aches for the half-sister. If mom had had a shred of decency, she would have put her up for adoption at 2 months, so she could be a part of a family that treasured her. But that didn't happen. Now she is 10 and facing a second major rejection. None of this is her fault, but I suspect it will burden her and color her relationships with men for the rest of her life. It's your mom's job to parent your sister, not yours. Recruiting you as male role model against your will is grossly inappropriate. Let your dad read the text messages if you don't want to deal with them, and let him take screenshots. They should be useful with his lawyer if and when mom tries to force you to return. It is also grossly inappropriate for her to badmouth your father to you. Don't let it in any way undermine your good opinion of him. Meanwhile, stay where it's best for you. The person who needs to do better is your mother, not you or your dad. Not the idiot. Not the idiot. Time to start planning an "active social life." Sign up to clubs for after school. Doesn't matter if you're 100% invested, you can go for the ones that let people sort of hang around in the background doing their homework. Decide you're putting more effort into your homework. See if you can get to a local library and spend more time there. The aim of all this is to not be physically for your mom to dump her baby on you. Another very extreme option. If she says she's leaving baby with you while she's out, scream no and run out the house. If you're intent on escalating, then if she still leaves the house and drives away, report her to the cops for abandonment. Bear in mind this is pretty much the nuclear option. This method is the bridge burning kind, where it's easier for her to "get rid of you" to your dads than keep trying to parentify you. Ideally, you'll be able to record her and get the judge to accept a case of your mom attempting parental alienation first and foremost. Before I left for my dad's house, mom and I got into a fight, and I told her I won't let her turn me into my half-sister's dad because she's a cheater. Mom yelled at me and she sent me dozens of texts since Friday night demanding I apologize and do better and saying I'm taking marriage issues out on her and my half sister. No, she's taking her marriage issues out on you. She's also being manipulative and emotionally abusive towards you. Not the idiot. Not the idiot. Just because she's extra shitty doesn't mean you need to be extra nice to compensate. But on the other hand, your half sister is as blameless in this whole thing as you. Noon asked her if she wants to be born to a cheating woman. Yes, it sucks that she lost her dad that way, and it would have been super harsh if the same had happened to you at your age. So, yes, it would be good for her to have a male role model / father figure, but this isn't just about having that. It's about taking a load off your mom's burden of caring for her. And neither you nor your dad are obligated to do that for your mother, and she is not deserving of that. Not the idiot. But the way you say you resent your 5-year-old sister isn't exactly healthy either. She didn't ask to be born, and as far as things go, she is completely innocent. Your mom's got it all twisted. You don't have to be a father figure, but you should be a big brother, and it's different than what your mom wants, but you shouldn't feel pressured. I think she's driving a wedge between you guys with this pressure, as you also keep stating half sister, which I'm not sure if you did for the sake of confusion, or if you are now seeing your relationship as something less than true siblings.